Gotta get dip. Gotta get dip. Gotta get dip. Gotta get dip, 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 dip. Boom, boom, boom.
Saturn, the sixth planet from the Sun, and the second largest planet in our solar system. With 62 moons, 8 groups of rings, a radius of 58,232 kilometers, and a surface area of 42.7 billion. Saturn is made up of 75% hydrogen and 25% helium, and does not have a solid surface. This gas planet, also known as Saturn, has the most complex and best known ring system in our solar system. Saturn's rings are extremely thin, even though they don't look like they're thin. The rings are mainly made out of ice and rocky material. The rings are very thin, although they reach diameters in the hundreds thousands kilometers. They are no more than 1.5 kilometers thick. So how can such a thin layer of ice pieces be so beautiful? The ice creates a rainbow effect much like a sprinkler does in the sun. The sun's rays are refracted by the frozen water, giving us a colorful display. Saturn's atmospheric environment is one of strong gravity, high pressure, strong winds from 225 miles per hour to 1,000 miles per hour, and cold temperatures of negative 270 degrees to 80 degrees. With winds like these, it's hard to have peace and quiet. Fun facts. Saturn's average distance from the Sun is 8,86,526 miles. Saturn's equatorial diameter is 72,370 miles. Saturn's mass is 95 and its density is 0.71. The length of a day in Saturn is 10 Earth days. The length of a year in Saturn is 29 Earth years. Saturn's average surface temperature is negative 218. The Romans named Saturn after their god of the harvest and time, the same entity as the Greek god Cronus. The first observation of Saturn through a telescope was made by Galileo Galilei in 1610. His first telescope was so crude that he wasn't able to distinguish the planet's rings. Instead, he thought the planet might have ears or 2 large moons on either side of it. When he looked at Saturn a few years later, the moons had disappeared, but this was just because the angle of Saturn had changed, and the rings were being seen edge on. The Dutch astronomer Christian Huygens observed Saturn in 1659 and solved the mystery, realizing that the arms around Saturn were really a system of rings. He also was the first to observe Saturn's moon, Titan. Better and better telescopes helped to reveal the rings were really a system of particles, and Jean-Dominique Cassini discovered 4 other major moons of Saturn: Laptis, Rhea, Thais, and Dione. The first close-up observations of Saturn were made by NASA's Pioneer 11 spacecraft, which made a flyby of the planet on September 1st, 1979, at a distance of only 21,000 kilometers above the planet's cloud tops. It sent back the first close-up images of Saturn. Over the past years, our technology has advanced in a big way. Telescopes exceeded, computers improved, and science technology sophisticated. Through all the changes and improvements, astronomers got smarter. They started to look at space in a whole different way. And as Saturn is such an exotic planet, astronomers learn new things about this gas planet every day. There is so much stuff to pursue about this planet.
Gotta get dip. Gotta get dip. Gotta get dip. Gotta get dip.